Mackenzie Bezos is set to become, she's going to become the richest woman in the world. Yeah. And that could be tomorrow at the point that whatever this article was written, but it all depends on Amazon stock price. So people can play along with this game if they want. But based on the trajectory of Amazon stock, I mean, let me get a 6 month. Let me get a 6 month on that from a business perspective, from the business guy, Mr. Willie Do himself. What you can see here is that in the last 6 months, the stock went from $2,000 to $3,500 or $3,200, whatever it is. Almost doubled, Will. Jeez. Why don't you pick up? Where was my analyst, Willie Do analyst report? All right, Lou, let me show you what's happening with Amazon. No, of course, everyone knows this. Like, this is the most no-brainer investment. Amazon, yeah, I think the world is going to have Amazon for a while. And I think Amazon's going to continue on its path towards complete and utter dominance because it appears the thing that they do is very hard for others to do. Mm-hmm. The scale of it is so important to have the warehouses, the deliveries, and the
infrastructure.
Hoy, oh, geez, man.
Whoa.
Wow. It just gets me going, trying to imagine the daily operations of Amazon, all the ABCs and the warehousing and the moving of physical goods. And I remember watching one time just a regular analysis of a UPS driver's route to come up with the most efficient route to deal with the delivery times and expectations and the complexity and math that goes into it for one truck. Now you can imagine Amazon start to finish from the user clicking buy, even before that, when the thing has to get to the warehouse and which warehouse does it go to and how many go to each. And I just...
Not to mention space travel.
Well,
AWS,
Bezos
servers.
Bezos is doing other things as well, but I'm just talking specifically.
Yeah.
Anyway, so him and Mackenzie, they divorced a little while ago. They were married from 1993 to 2019, and of course, he put out the famous Twitter post about the separation in January of 2019. At the time, they come to this settlement, which transfers 20 million Amazon shares from Jeff to Mackenzie. 20 million shares. Now, I know you're looking at that stock price, Will. I know you're looking at a $3,182 USD stock price, and you're doing some math, just a little bit of math. You're multiplying that by 20 million, and you're realizing you're looking at a big number.
Yeah.
You're not going to give us an exact number, but we don't need it. Because essentially what this means is that if things keep trending this way, and they don't need to trend that much more this way, she could become very shortly the world's richest woman. Her net worth on January 1st was $37 billion when the transfer took place. I believe it was somewhere around there. And it has been skyrocketing, obviously. Most recently, at yesterday's market close, she was at $63 billion in net worth. The number one richest woman in the world, Francois Betancourt Myers, has a net worth of $65 billion. So she's about $2 billion back. But if you're looking at the Amazon stock and the trajectory and the angle of that graph, then you realize she's about to become the richest woman in the world.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Bezos. And I should also just point out for the record, Jeff, even though he gave up, he gave away 20 million shares, he's left with 58 million shares. 58 million shares. So he's also been adding to that bottom line quite substantially given this recent Amazon growth. So can it continue at the exact pace? Maybe not, but there's definitely we're seeing a trend line here, and presumably that trend line has a little more juice on it. So there's your new world's richest woman coming right up, Mackenzie Bezos. Does she keep the name Bezos now that they split? That's curious. If you divorce, I think you kind of...
I think it's her choice, right?
But it seems like she is, because no one's saying
Yeah.
that she goes back to her other name or any other name for that matter. I guess she stays Bezos anyway.